Hi guys, my name is G.I. Joe, and I would like to welcome you to my bunker here in Atlanta, Georgia. This is Operation Genesis, which is the first official video of my newly started YouTube channel dealing with Axis and Allies and some World War II history buff stuff. Primarily this is going to be an Axis and Allies channel. However, being the big history buff that I am, and I've been fortunate enough to experience some pretty cool trips to Pearl Harbor and Normandy, and I'll get into more of that later. But I thought I might share some of that information with you too, since chances are if you're an Axis and Allies fan, you're probably a World War II history buff as well. So I thought I'd maybe share some of that information with you also. So the way I see this channel going is primarily being an Axis and Allies channel dealing with the development of my bunker here, as well as building my table and some customizations, as well as also sharing some videos from some trips that I've taken to Pearl Harbor, to Normandy. I actually have another one coming up next June 2018, where I'll be leading a tour to Normandy with a friend of mine. So I thought I'd share that information with you as well, for those of you who have a big interest in the Normandy campaign or D-Day, those kinds of things, and are not able to jump the pond and head over there. So I thought I'd share that with you, and I hope it would be of interest to you. But the way I see this channel going, at least initially, is at first it might be kind of like a 50-50 thing, where maybe 50% of the content is geared towards the Axis and Allies, and maybe the other 50 is geared towards the World War II information and videos kind of aspect. But eventually I envision this channel of kind of leaning well towards the Axis and Allies gaming portion, specifically global 1940, maybe like 70% that, and then like maybe 30% or so the World War II videos and such, and only because you can only get so much content videos on places like Pearl Harbor and Normandy and such, as far as like actual live videos, because you have to go there, right? And I've been fortunate to be there, to have gone there once actually in June of 2016, when I was able to fulfill a lifelong dream of mine since I was a kid, and first saw The Longest Day by John Wayne, back in the late 70s. And a dream of mine has always been to visit Normandy France. So I finally got to live that dream out in June of 2016, and I'd like to share some of that information with you if I could. And then, like I said, some upcoming trip that I have in June of 2018, and looks like I might be going in June of 2019 as well for the actual 75th anniversary of D-Day. So those are the kind of things I'd like to share with you if you have any interest. But like I said, you can't go there every single year, so at some point that kind of content might run out. But the Axis and Allies thing has been a passion of mine since I was probably 14 or 15 when I first became exposed to the Axis and Allies classic game. Up until then, I'd been playing Risk, which was the most advanced strategy game that I had been exposed to. And I remember walking in and playing the Axis and Allies for the first time, and seeing all the different pieces and sculpts and the different attack and defense values of all the tanks and men and planes and all the things that I'm sure grabbed your attention when you first saw the game as well. And it's been a passion of mine. I've been playing ever since then, so for about 30 years. I did take a hiatus for a while, not because of a lack of interest, but simply because my job moved me away from my home in St. Louis, where I'm originally from, and I had a core group of Axis and Allies guys that I played with all the time, but I found it hard to find people once I went and started, moved to different areas of the country. But I've been playing, every time I go back to St. Louis, I still play with my same core group of Axis and Allies buddies, but I'm here in Atlanta now, and I'm trying to develop a core group here. I've already got 3 or 4 guys that are interested, and one's already played with me, and I'm trying to teach him the game. But I just want to share through this video and through this YouTube channel just the progression of building my own bunker here, building my customized table, dealing with some customizations that you'll see here in the future, hopefully, and as well as sharing some of the World War II videos that I've been fortunate enough to take live, actually on location in places like Pointe du Hoc and Omaha Beach and St. Mary Glees and such. But I hope that is of interest to you, and if so, maybe subscribe to the channel. I would like to say, by the way, speaking of subscribing, that I'd like to give a shout out to the Big E, who is already a subscriber. In fact, he's subscriber number 1. So thank you, Big E, for clicking and subscribing to this channel. And as I said at the beginning, this is the first official video of my channel since this is Operation Genesis. However, I did produce a video as more of a test video that dealt with customizations of industrial complexes. I went ahead and uploaded it anyway just to kind of get used to and accustomed to the whole YouTube channel thing. So it's already up there, even though technically it's not the first video as far as this is. It is the first video, technically, since it was the first posted. But this is Operation Genesis, and so again, thanks, shout out to Big E for being a subscriber, and also for giving me a shout out to Young Grasshopper. And speaking of that, I would like to say a thanks, special thanks and shout out to some very people who've been an inspiration to me. One, first and foremost, Young Grasshopper, who has kind of ignited the passion that I've always had for Axis and Allies, but he's kind of reignited that in me. Like I said, I kind of took a hiatus for a while, and I bought actually Global 1940 back when it first came out. So once Europe and Pacific both came out, I bought them and tried to start playing, but there was nobody in the area, so I did what I could. I did a few mock kind of practice runs to kind of develop some strategies and such. And then after a while of that, I started painting some pieces just to kind of have something to do with the game, just because I loved it so much. So I might share some of that with you in the future. But Young Grasshopper and people like Siredblood and GeneralHandGrenade, you guys have inspired me and kind of rekindled the passion that I have for it. And that's the reason why I'm kind of starting this channel, and I'm starting this journey. And I want to catalog my journey and share it with you guys, the YouTube community and the Axis and Allies community. So I hope it is an inspiration to you as well. And let me say right now that if for some reason you're watching this video and you have no idea who I'm talking about when I say Young Grasshopper or GeneralHandGrenade or Sireblood, I mean, you need to stop right now, hit pause or stop, and you need to go and subscribe to their channels, because they are fantastic and they are light years ahead of where I am currently and will be for a while. But hopefully what I do can supplement what they're doing and show you how taking the inspiration that they have given me and how I'm applying it to my situation, and hopefully that'll inspire you to do the same. So in the future, like I said, you'll be seeing some videos about me starting to build out my bunker. Right now it's kind of humbling. It's just kind of a ratty basement. I moved not ratty, I shouldn't say that. There's no rats in here, but nothing fancy about it. Some workout equipment, some clothes and stuff, but we're in the process of moving this stuff out, and I'm going to start some painting and building and putting up drywall, and I'm going to catalog it along the way, and hopefully you'll get some inspiration out of that as well. So hope you enjoy it. Please hit subscribe if you like this, and I'll put in the description some links to those people who have been a great inspiration to me. Young Grasshopper, GeneralHandGrenade, Sireblood, the Garrison, people such as that, Big E. So if you have no clue who these people are, then please, by all means, look them up, because like I said, they're light years ahead of where I am right now. But thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and hope to see you soon. Thanks.